Neither Washington nor San Francisco has playoff implications, but there are still things to be fought for here in Week 17. Hey, how are you, folks? Jason Horowitz, Clark Judge. Glad to be with you on the NFL previews presented by Comcast. And Clark, let's start with the Redskins. They have come out and said Jim Zorn's job is safe. You think that's the right move?
Sure. I mean, I don't know why it's even an issue. I mean, I heard what Vinny Serrato said. I talked to Vinny Serrato. Why is this even a story? He's in his first year. He's won more games than he's lost. He's doing a decent job. Jason Campbell has come along. I mean, yeah, so he hasn't played all that well lately. They've lost some offensive linemen, and others are getting old. So now it shouldn't even be an issue. I don't know why anyone has to say that Jim Zorn's coming back. Jim Zorn's done a decent job.
And I think where it started was with the conversation of Jim Zorn saying, I feel like the worst coach in America. But what people need to remember, he didn't say, I am the worst coach in America. He just says, I feel like it, and that was after losing to the Bengals. What about Mike Singletary? How should he feel heading into the end of the season here in terms of whether or not he's going to have this job next year?
Well, I think he should feel pretty good because, first of all, they've been competitive. They played hard for him. Secondly, ownership likes him. I think Mike Singletary is coming back.
And he's 4-4 as the head coach of the Niners. They've got a win over the Jets at home. They went to Buffalo and won.
That was a tough win.
They beat the they've beaten the Rams a couple of times, which isn't a great win, but they had to come back last week and do it. His teams have played impressively in the last 8 weeks.
I mean, I think they've found a couple things here, Jason, down the stretch. I think they found a head coach. I think Mike Singletary will become the full-time coach. I think they found a quarterback. You watch Sean Hill. He makes some plays. Yeah, I know they considered pulling him last week. Fortunately, they didn't do it. They made the right call, left him on the field. He's going to be the starter next year, not Alex Smith.
Neither of these teams are in the playoffs this year. If I were to ask you at the beginning of next season, or before next season, because based on what you have now, which team would you be more excited about heading into 2009?
The San Francisco 49ers. Why? They play in the NFC West. Anybody can win that, you know, and they're 4-4 under Mike Singletary. Hey, that'll get you to the top in the NFC West, but they do have a lot of young talent. The question is, you know, can they get something out of that young talent? And Mike Singletary seems to be doing that. I mean, there's some game decisions and in-game decisions that I don't really understand sometimes with Mike, but he'll learn. It's his first year on the job. He'll learn. He'll grow. He'll grow with these players. I think that's what's going to happen with San Francisco. The team's finally got a future.
And not even a full year under Mike Singletary. So he'll have that whole offseason to get ready. Let's take a look at the AccuScore prediction for this game. Again, it doesn't matter except for draft positioning, but it's a toss-up here. Clark, Washington going out to San Francisco, playing its last home game here. Mike Singletary playing maybe for his job, maybe not. Who wins this game?
Well, I think Washington's a better team, but Washington's struggling a little bit lately, and I say that even despite the fact that they won last week. But they're going across country. San Francisco's playing well. Now, I like the 49ers in this ball game just because they're at home, and I do think Singletary has tapped into something here.
Yeah, it's a 4:15 p.m. Eastern start. For more on this game or any other here in Week 17, be sure to stay with CBSSports.com. Watch everything else on the CBS Audience Network. For Clark Judge, I'm Jason Horowitz. Happy holidays, folks. Take care.